All right, now see, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, this is it. There's something I'm actually preparing for you tonight, and I'm actually here to actually give you something outstanding about the digital market entirely. Now, but before then, I am here to actually tell you that get yourself prepared and be ready to listen to my 1 hour plus video explaining what Chinese business is all about and how you can actually start the business. Stay tuned and be prepared. Thank you. Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olanio Emmanuel and I'm here to actually dish out something outstanding for you tonight. Now, if you're just visiting my page for the very first time, kindly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be dishing out a lot of knowledge to you in the subsequent time. Alright, tonight, what do we have to talk about? Tonight, we're just going to be talking about Chinese business. Yes, just feel relaxed, like feel comfortable. When you hear Chinese business, what does it mean? It's a business I run, and I can give you assurance that when you get to proper understanding of how you can actually start the business, I have something good and outstanding to tell you about it. Now, what do you need to know about Chinese business? There are a whole lot of things I'm going to be telling you tonight. There are a whole lot of gist, and everything I'm going to be telling you tonight are facts and realistic things you need to know about Chinese business itself. So welcome on board, guys, as we're going to be starting the discussion. Thank you. All right, so what do we have for you tonight? This is it. If you're going to be starting a business, let's say you want to start importing from China to Nigeria, there are a whole lot of factors you need to put into consideration based on the fact that it's a country you don't know, you've not been there before, and if peradventure you are there before, there are some things you still need to study about the country. You know, it's just like you traveling to a particular state in Nigeria, and if you don't know there are some rules in that state, there's every tendency that you always find yourself roaming about in that country. So what I'm going to be teaching you tonight will give you a proper understanding of how you can actually leverage on Chinese markets. So let's get started about the whole thing. So what are the points I have for you tonight? Just get your pen set and let's get started to the whole strategy. All right, guys, before we move to the main practical aspect of the whole discussion, this is what I have to say. Now, the very first thing you need to understand is when you're talking about Chinese importation in a simple man language, is just like a brand. You're trying to bring goods from China down to Nigeria just to make sales. Now, there is a segment, there is a sector of e-commerce, and that is where we have importation. Though in the subsequent, I'm going to be showing you some strategy that you need to follow. But at the end of your Chinese importation, try as much as possible to take note of this, that you are to make profits. As far as business is concerned, there's no business you're running, and when you don't make profit, it's no more a business, it is now a joke. So you need to take note of every strategy I'm going to be building with you tonight. Just try as much as possible to follow the strategy. I want to show you scopes and strategy behind Chinese importation business. Just draft out. Now, see what I have for you tonight. I want to talk about e-commerce itself. And we're going to be talking about e-commerce itself. There are strategies you need to take note. There are 3 points in e-commerce. The very first one is you need to know that e-commerce is a structural process. It involves buying and selling. And the end of it is that you have to make profits. And the structural process is very, very important for you to understand what the whole business entails. Then the buying and selling sector of the business is important because when you understand a process and you don't understand how to buy and sell, there's every tendency that you kept on making losses when you ought to make profits. Now, the last part is the profit section where the whole money, the whole journey now lies into. Now, these are the 3 steps we are going to be considering when you are talking about e-commerce business itself. Let's try as much as possible to analyze each of these steps and see how we can generate massive profits in it. Now, let's pick the first segment of e-commerce itself, the very first sector of e-commerce. Now, look at something. The very first thing you need to do, you need someone that will train you. You need a mentor. You need someone that will train you and give you guide. Now, after the whole training, you need to practice. Like, you need to practice. Then you need to learn how to draw strategy. Like, what are the things you need for yourself? Because no matter how much you're trained, if you don't practice,
the structural process is not yet balanced. Then when you now practice, you now need to build strategy of how you now generate your own massive profits. But with the training and mentorship given to you by your coach, you'll be able to practice successfully, and you'll be able to build a strong strategy in the e-com world. Remember, structural process is just one fraction of e-commerce that you need to actually work towards. A structure of e-commerce needs a structural process, and there are 3 sections under it. Yes, we're driving towards making a sales, and we're driving towards making a profit, and the profit you want to make in the business must be huge enough in order to generate a very comfortable life for yourself. Now, moving to the service segment. The service segment is this: I can work as a procurement agent. I help people to procure and I get my money paid. I can work as a sourcing agent. I help them get suppliers from China and they get paid, and I get paid for that. Then I can work as an exchanger. I can also work as a shipping agent, and lastly, I can train people based on what I've learned. Remember, I've been trained, I've been mentored by someone. Then I can now start training people by giving them a service. Now, when I now train them, I make money from that. When I exchange money from them, I make money from that. When I work as a sourcing agent, I make money from that. When I work as a procurement agent, I make money from that. Then when I work as a shipping agent, I'm also making my money from that sector.
Alright guys, you can see I've been able to give you the 3 sectors you have under e-commerce itself. It is a structural process. It involves buying and selling. I know you'll be waiting for the last part, which is the profits. Yes, the profit aspect of the business is just the last part of every business they are doing. It is also important for you to know the profits in each sectors you're going to be making. So this is what I'm going to be showing you. Just stay tuned. Let's get to the real work, how we can make profits.
Alright guys, the last part of every business or every e-com business is this. Now, how can you make profit from physical products like buying shoes, bag, clothes, anything? You're making profit. From digital products, when you produce ebooks and you sell, you're making profit. If you're working as a sourcing agent, you usually charge people for the service. If you're working as procurement agent and a shipping agent, you surely make your money from it. And if you're working as an exchanger, you make your money from it. And the last part, if you're working as a drop shipper, you make your massive profit in the business. That means as far as the business is concerned, I've been able to show you that there is profit at the end of the business. You are buying and selling, and lastly, it's a structural process. Stay tuned for more enlightened video. Thank you.